Lights, camera, debate, ignite, passion strong under the spotlight. Tune in for the clash, tune in for the spark, the critic and the cynic light up the dark.
Welcome back to the Critic and the Cynic. This is Leah's perfect gift. All right, this is
the heck.
It's one of those posters where you look at it and you're like, I see Hanukkah.
Yeah, we got Hanukkah and Christmas.
We see Christmas and Hanukkah. That's what you see on the poster. She has all of these Star of David things that's hanging from some kind of stick. In the background, you got the candle, menorah candle thing. And on his side, you got presents in a Christmas tree and ornaments. I've noticed there's a lot of blue on her side as well, and red and green on his.
Well, is
the color of Hanukkah blue?
I don't know.
It's possible.
I mean, everything that I see that's Hanukkah related usually is blue.
Yeah. Our tagline of the film is Merry meets Mazel.
Blue and white and silver.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so there is blue and white and silver in this picture. All right, so Merry meets Mazel is the tagline.
And Merry is spelled like Merry Christmas, not Mary like a person.
Right, because there's not a character in the movie named Mary. Her name is Leah. I don't recognize any of the players in this one, which brings us to the premise of the film. Leah Meyer? Oh, goodness. Leah Meyer?
Leah Meyer, maybe.
Leah Meyer, a Jewish woman who has always dreamed of experiencing a traditional Christmas, faces unexpected challenges when she spends the holidays with her boyfriend's uptight Connecticut family. Let's Meet the Parents.
Another one?
This is going to be like the Indian one, because of culture clashing and a little bit of religious clashing. Even though the Indian one they were all Christians and they all like Christmas. It's just like they had some Indian regular culture stuff that was clashing. And this is going to be literally Hanukkah versus Christmas a little bit.
And of course, the Connecticut family is uptight. Because when you think of uptight people, you do think Connecticut. I do, anyway.
Do you?
I do.
Oh, man, they're uptight. They must be from Connecticut. I think of Connecticut as more of a homey place, but maybe that's just me. A homey, quiet, place.
Okay.
But maybe that's just because I've never really been there before.
I've been there.
Okay, so yeah, this one, I think that this one could be okay. I think this is one of those movies where the movie poster might be lying to you a little bit, where it's giving you these vibes of, oh God, look how corny and terrible it's gonna be.
Yeah, again, this looks like it's from the 50s, 60s.
It's one of those, The
picture is fuzzy, so it just gives you that initial feel of being older. They've got corny smiles.
Corny smiles all the way. Yeah, it's one of those things where I would almost want to try to guess what they're thinking.
Well, he's definitely hoping he gets to go take a nap soon.
He's tired. He's like, I've been taking these promo pictures for 7 hours straight, and they can't get a good picture.
And she looks like she's holding a fart.
She's the one that's farting this time?
No, holding it in.
Oh, she's holding it in. She hasn't farted yet.
Exactly.
I think she just wants to go home and not be in this movie.
And fart.
I just go home now, please.
No, I mean, I'm sure it's fine.
It's probably fine. It's just, I think whoever's doing these posters half the time has no idea what to do. They're like, yes, we want the symbolism there for Christmas and Hanukkah, but how are we going to do that and fit the people in there at the same time?
I'm pretty sure it's the people just with their hands up, and then they photoshopped in the rest.
Oh, they could have done that.
Because that's what it looks like to me.
And that would have been easy to do given the very, very, very bland, basic one-color background, which you can easily paste things over with that kind of thing. But who knows? This could be a whole lot of garbage. It could be fun. It could be great. Who knows? I'm just going to say it's probably not great.
2 hours later.
Okay, so Leah's perfect gift is, I don't think, as bad as I thought it would be.
No, I think it was kind of endearing. Like, the main girl, Leah, she was the best part of this movie. She was very relatable, she was down to earth, she was likable. She was a well-written character, in my opinion.
And it was also a movie that didn't exactly have Christmas magic, but it was one of the few that I definitely felt like this is a Christmas movie, through and through.
Right.
It's not one of those where it's like, oh yeah, Christmas is the setting and whatever, so we're gonna call it one. No, it's like the entire thing was about Christmas. Now, the main drawback I had with this is that, kind of like how you were mentioning while watching, is that it was not a cultural shift. There was, you'd have to be really paying attention to realize that she's Jewish.
Yeah, because this movie is set up and you expect it to be like, oh, okay, so we have this girl who's Jewish and she is gonna go spend Christmas for the first time with her boyfriend's family. And while that is true, she's experiencing her first Christmas, there's zero focus on that.
Yeah.
Not what it's about.
Yeah, so the poster is a little bit misleading because there's equal parts Christmas and Hanukkah on it. And that's not the case here. It is 100% Christmas. And it's almost like, even though this was her first Christmas, it almost feels like she's had it before. She's just used to it. So I don't know about that. I do know that next week there's going to be a Hanukkah movie. Hanukkah's in the title. So we'll see how that goes next time. But for this, I don't know what. They lit the menorah, and that's about it.
Right. Well, and they had a Hanukkah celebration with her family, which lasted maybe 5 minutes out of the whole movie.
Yeah. With
just some traditional food and that kind of thing. But there was not much focus on it at all.
Right. Now, I did not like the guy in the movie.
No.
I thought that he felt fake for the most part. I felt like he was just like one of those fake Hallmark characters that they have.
He wasn't important either. Like, I mean,
it was really about her and how she got along with his family more so than how she got along with him.
Right.
Because the mom was the uptight, meet the parents type of mother who you're trying to impress.
Right, and she was well-meaning, I think. She wasn't just flat out mean like some of the other situations that we've seen. But she just liked things her way and was very, very rigid and wasn't able to adapt to anything new.
Yeah, but one thing that I didn't mention in the prediction part is, because I didn't know, is that this is an adaptation of a book. I've been noticing that. There's a lot of adaptations that Hallmark's been doing. It's not ever marketed as it, but they are based off of books here and there. I find that interesting, but it's not a Debbie McComber book.
Thank God.
Now, this is actually somewhat realistic and down to earth, and it's probably because it's an adaptation is why it feels so much like Christmas.
Maybe.
But what would you rate it?
55, maybe.
Yeah, I think when the movie first began, I had the number 50 floating in the back of my head, but it got a little bit better as it went along, and that's mostly for the actress playing Leah, I think.
She was very, very likable.
Yeah, I could see her in other Hallmark movies for sure. So I'll boost up my score as well to 55. I think that's fair. It's not the best thing that we've seen, but it's just it's
far from the worst.
It's far from the worst, and in general, it's better than what we expected. So I think that all comes together, and we have a 55%, which, hey, the closest we have there is the TMDB score, which they rated at 57%. So well, it's not too far off. But yeah, that was Leah's perfect gift.